Hi, hello, and welcome back to another new video of Learning Excel with me, Harshita, in a channel called All About HR. So, in today's video, we are going to try how we can implement this kind of chart, which is bit of advanced level. I mean, bit more than a basic level. I would like to say it as. So ideally we would be given this kind of master data. With the help of the given master data, we need to prepare this axes, and at the same time we need to navigate all these details into a world map or globe map. So how do we do this? I'm here to teach you all, and the only request I do have in this video is like, please stay connected with this video till the end so that I can help you with each and every small tips and tricks that I use on a regular basis to make this kind of charts look proficient, and the same data and paste it into a new worksheet. So I will select somewhere here and I'll paste it. Once I paste the details over here, I'll select a random place in a E column or F column. I go to the insert. From here, I'll select the scatter plot. Once I select the scatter plot, I'll double click here. So this kind of interface would come in front of me. I will go here, select the picture, insert the picture from here. Online picture, Victor map, world map, Victor map, world map, blue color. So these are the three criteria that I have. So based on these three criteria, Bing have helped me with these images. So I would go with the very first one, or maybe this one would be more convenient for me to explain to you all. But make sure if there are any kind of copyrights attached to the images, then give a copyrights for the XYZ purpose, because these images can be used only for the corporate and commercial purposes, and you cannot make it as a public images, and you cannot get the copyrights on your name or something like that. So I'm inserting it here. Once I insert it, I do not want any kind of grills, as you people always know. So I go to the view. Once I go to the view, I'll click on the grills and uncheck the box. So after unchecking, this looks like this. Okay, so we are good till here, right? Now I'll be taking you to the level 2 or stage 2 of how you can implement these kind of details. So for that, first I'll be creating an x-axis, y-axis, then region. So ideally we do have only 5 regions, which is Asia, South America, North America, Europe, and Australia. So I'll copy it from there and paste it here. Once I copy from here and I paste it here, I'll make sure here also I do not have any kind of borders. So I'll make it as no border, right? After doing all these things, here I'll be adding a small button called revenue, or you can call it as division. This is ideally a drop down which I'm going to select data. Click Once you click on the data, come here under the data tools, you'll be finding a data validation. Click on the data validation, and this in this interface or dialog box, select the list. Under the list, try to manually enter the details, because ideally we do have only a limited list. So utility, productivity, utility, productivity, and game, right? So once I insert all these details, now I need to create a revenue button here. I mean revenue details. So here for the revenue details and all, I would be using a formula called equals to sum ifs. Ideally, sum ifs formula would help us to identify the range and what is the criteria that we are trying to give it, and based on the single selections, it gives you a total sum of that particular details what you are looking for. So Now I'm opening my formula with sum ups, and here's sum range. My ideal sum range would be this one, sorry, revenue. So I'll select from there to here and I'll be freezing it. So my first criteria range would be based on the divisions. So I'll select the divisions, freeze it again, come back here, select this, freeze it. Now my second criteria range is this one, region. So I'll select this entire region, freeze it, and pass the criteria that it needs to be Asia. Click on enter. Now pass the same in across all. It shows 0 value because we haven't selected anything under the division. So once we select any kind of this one drop down from the division, it shows us the details of the revenue and all. Okay, I hope we are clear with the second step as well. Now let's come back here and check for the third step as well, because third step is like highest revenue we need to calculate. So I'll come here, click on highest revenue. So ideally I need to calculate the highest revenue amongst these. Okay, so for this here I'm going to use two formulas, which is if and equals to max. So it first equals to if this one, okay, if this one is equals to the max from the range of here to here, freeze it, close it, comma, then give me this. If not, do not give me anything. So this is how it works. This is the highest among the selected range, so that is the reason it's showing here. Now let's beautify the headers as well. Come here, go to the home tab and highlight it with the color. Come here, highlight it with the lighter green, so it'll be easy, and at the same time it looks pretty for us. Okay, so this is all about our calculation part. Now let's come here into the graph, which is a third stage, and in the third stage we would also look at the scatter plot. How do we plot everything, and how do we implement the bubble chart as well. But before doing all these things, click on this map. So once you click on the map, here we do have a this one, right, dialog box that is open. So go to this tab. Once you click on this tab, select this one, lock aspect ratio, and at the same time come here under the properties and select this option called don't move or size with cells. Done. This is our third step. Now let's move into the fourth step, which is like plotting the details. So but before we plot the details, we need to create the x-axis and y-axis as well, right? So first let us create a random assumption numbers. Okay, so ideally which one would be our y-axis and which one would be our x-axis? So this is our y-axis and this is our x-axis. Y-axis, x-axis. Okay, so with the help of these things we can make a predictions. For example, in an x-axis for the Asia, I'm going to give it 6, and y-axis I'll be giving it as 7. Here same for the South America, I'll be giving x-axis as 2, y-axis as 2, or maybe x-axis as 2.6. North America, I'll be giving it like 2 and 7 again. So here again we will come here and we will see Europe would come under 8, so 8, and maybe this can be somewhere around 3. Australia, so 8, and somewhere around 2, right? So these are the random assumptions that we have added here. Now we need to add the details as well, right? So click on this map, right click, select the data, click on add, select the name. So ideally name has to be like location, we can give it. Come to the x-axis, select the range, go to the y-axis, again select the range. Now click on OK. So here you have your all x-axis and y-axis, right? So now this is good. We got all our details, and now I'll be removing all the unwanted things, like I don't want this x-axis or y-axis details to be visible for me for the time being, so I'm removing it. And even I don't want this grills, so what I'll be doing is I'll click here and I'll uncheck this grill lines. Location also I don't want, so I'll uncheck the title as well. So now this is what it looks like. Then again we'll go to the insert, we select the same thing. Now at this point we will be selecting bubble chart. Okay, so these are the bubbles, we need to resize them. Click on this, come here, navigate here, instead of 100 make it as 50. So the sizes have been changed. Now you can realign or adjust all the details. Instead of 7, what you can make it, instead of 6 and 7 you can rearrange all the details or data. So I have adjusted all the details. So after I do adjust it, again I'll right click it, I'll select the data. So I'll come here, I'll click on edit to check the details. Ideally here my x-axis is not visible, so I'll come here and I'll reselect my x-axis. Now click on OK. So here we can see like the plotting is done appropriately. For the Asia, this is the continent, South America, North America, Europe, and Australia. So all the continents are marked properly, right? So now it's time for us to add the revenue as well. So right click again, select the data. Now add the data. Select the series name. Series name, ideally you can make it as a region. Select x-axis details, y-axis details as is. Now here under the bubble size, come here and select the revenue details. Okay, click on enter. Okay, so once you click on enter and okay, here you'll be finding all the details. So come here, click on the data labels. The reason why I said like we need to select the data labels is like once we come here, then the data labels would become enabled. That is the reason I asked you to select the data labels over there. Now let's click on the region, come here, select this label option. Now remove the y-axis and select the bubble size. That's all. After doing all these things, again go to the home tab. Now instead of selecting this color, select from here like white. So white would be more visible for us. Here you can come and you can select any of these highlighters. Once you highlight all these things, these are the details what you can find. Okay,